Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, January 31st, 2026. So for me, another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So don't want to make this video too long. Wanted to give you an update as to where I am in my progress in paying off $115,000 worth of consumer debt. Setback this year, I have gone backwards in my debt journey. It was for a reason, not sure if it was a great reason, but had to make a tough decision about repairs that needed to be done, and so that's that. So even though my progress has slowed as a result, I'm continuing. I'm not going to stop paying off debt. The first couple of months this year might be a little slower than what it has been in the past, because if you have watched my previous videos, I'm in a process of selling my townhome, and I moved to a different state, took on another job, and I'm still paying off my debt. But I don't want to make this video too long. I want to go ahead and give you the numbers. So forgive me if it's a little bit out of source. I don't have my normal script to go by, or the outline to go by to decide what's going to go next. But anyway, last year was a good year. I paid off $12,804.02 of the consumer debt. This year is going to be a different story. It all depends. If I sell my house, then all this is going to be moot. But in January, I began my debt at $32,187.53. My debt increased by $5,764.72. So I took out a personal loan for $6,000. I have my student loan, and I paid off some of that. So as a matter of fact, let me see if I can do some quick math. Yeah, so my debt technically decreased after taking out the $6,000 loan by $235.28. But anyway, I'm beginning behind, and yeah, what can I say? This is the reality of paying off debt, and how do you deal with setbacks? Because this is a setback. When I see that number, that my debt increased by that much, I'm not happy. Yeah, let me put it that way. But I'm not, angry. I'm just looking at the reality of the situation. Is that I have new debt that I have to take care of. My plan, indigestion. My planning might be a little bit different as to how I tackle this one as opposed to the previous personal loan, where I aggressively paid it off, because right now that's a little bit difficult, because I'm paying on a home and I'm paying rent at the same time, so it's gonna be tricky. But anyway, it's sort of a tangent. So year to date 2025, I'm not even sure why I'm comparing it, but like I said, this is the reality of the situation. I paid off $1156.91. Year to date 2026, I'm going on the whole $5,754.72. I'm behind the pace by $6,921.63. So yeah, that sucks. But then again, I've got to tackle the debt. I've got to deal with it. And what do I want to move to next? Kind of hemming and hawing here. Yeah, let me go to the baby emergency fund. So the baby emergency fund was 90% funded last month, and it's 90% funded this month. Exciting. Let me see here. Yeah, I can't really talk about the normal slides I have is my monthly debt payments and how much that I pay towards the debt and how much is decreased. This doesn't really give me an accurate picture because I paid $375.10 towards debt. So I can't really use this. So why am I even talking about it? Let me just go and move on to the next one. Like I said, I apologize because it's kind of hard to figure out the numbers and compare it to last year's progress, because really this is kind of a new start is what it kind of feels like. It's just I'm all out of sorts. Hadn't had a month since paying off debt where it's increased, but I'm tackling it. Okay, so what are my debt percentages? All right, so 84% of my debt is the student loan, and now 16% of my debt is that personal loan. Specifically, the amounts are student loan $31,952.25, and then the personal loan $6,000 plus maybe $2 or $3 of interest. I didn't track that this morning. Where do I want to go next? So I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm probably skipping something, and again, I do apologize that this isn't the best vlog. Just trying to make sense of what I need to do this year to get out of debt, and that's hopefully selling the house. But a lot of that's out of my control. I'm doing everything I can to make the property attractive, and it's in a great area. I figured that it might be a little bit slower because the interest rates are higher and the economy is not the best, but it is what it is. So let me just go ahead and run it back from the top. My consumer debt as of June 2020 was $115,041.89. I paid off a total of $77,089.64. My consumer debt as of today is $37,952.25, which means I paid off approximately 67% of my consumer debt. So, yeah. It's going backwards because at some point I had paid off 72% of my debt. So now I'm back in the 60s. Got some ground to make up. Looking back at the beginning of my debt, here's a snapshot of what my debt looked like back in June 2020. It consisted of medical debt, credit card debt, debt on installment, loans, student loans, and the combination of that was $115,41.89. My consumer debt as of today, mostly zeros, but now I got the new personal loan, the student loan, and that's my total debt, $37,952.25. So, what are my words of encouragement? Continue. Don't stop. Everybody's journey is going to look different. Don't compare yours to mine. Don't compare yours to anybody else's. You may be able to pay off your debt in a year. You may have $600,000 worth of debt, and it may take you 10 years. Everybody's journey is different. I would say the most important thing, though, is to learn how to budget. That's the thing that's saved me from having to file for bankruptcy, to be able to buy a home, to be able to get a place for rent with good credit, not have any issues at all, and not trying to keep up with the Joneses. So again, I apologize for this weird out of sorts video. That's just the way I'm feeling, to be honest, and that's okay. I get out of this, I guess I would call it a funk. On top of that, I'm not feeling good, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when I post my videos. You can find me at youtube.com/@NotInMyBudget. As always, thank you for watching. You all take care.